Hey, I'm Kate, Plastic-Free Mermaid, and I'm here to teach you how to do some DIY makeup. Some at-home makeup tutorials that are totally natural and plastic-free. One of my mottos is if you can't eat it, you shouldn't put it on your skin, because our skin is super permeable. So we should only be putting good stuff on our bodies and in our bodies. So today we're going to be talking about eyeliner and mascara. Now, I personally like a really natural look, so you might be able to see that I actually have the eyeliner and mascara on this eye. So it's really subtle, but I will give you a recipe for a thicker mascara as well. Now, I live in a beach town. I'm in the ocean almost every day as much as I can, so heavy makeup isn't really my thing anyways. So this is just a really light look to just bring out your lashes and let your eyes be accentuated a little bit. Our natural beauty is perfect, accentuate our unique features. I don't want to cover up your faces. I want to cover up your natural features. I think how we are is perfect and beautiful and unique. And if we look at nature, nature thrives with biodiversity. So the more unique, the more different, the better. Each of us looks and feels if we can just embrace our uniqueness. So, self-confidence lecture over. For this recipe, it's quite simple in terms of ingredients. So just 3 ingredients, could be just 2 if you're really feeling going for simplicity and minimalism, which is a great thing to practice always, especially during these times when we don't have access to as many things as we usually do. But the main reason is that all of our makeup comes in these tiny little plastic containers that are not recyclable. It's all these different kinds of plastic stuck together and then coated in our old makeup. No one's gonna separate that and clean it and make it into something of equal value, which is recycling. Might be downcycled, might all be melted together with all the different kinds of plastics and all the contamination from the makeup and into something else that's not as useful. So recycling, kind of a myth. We should still do it. We should still participate in these systems. However, better, even better, is to repurpose what we already have, use the materials, ingredients we already have, and just go natural. It's better for our bodies to avoid the buildup of toxins in our bodies over our lifetimes, and instead just go natural. Okay, so these are our ingredients for today. We are doing eyeliner and mascara, which is the same recipe. Yay, simple, easy. Now like I said, rarely wear makeup. If I do, I'll blend it up for a weekend, or if I know I have an event coming up, I store it in the fridge because it's made from edible, all natural ingredients that otherwise would spoil. So that's the kind of stuff we're putting on our faces usually if we're not using natural things, is things with preservatives and different chemicals to make them last. Like, I mean, I've gone home back to the house I grew up in and found makeup from like high school and it still works. It's a little bit sketchy. I don't want to put that in my eyeball. We are using aloe vera. Now you can order this as a juice or a gel, but it's typically packaged in plastic. And it's really good to have these growing around your house or indoors in a little pot, because this is an evergreen, so it doesn't have a season, it just stays green all year. And it also, if you have it indoors, it cleans the air. So we have lots of toxins that come in and out of our houses through the environmental pollutants or our cleaning products. Switch your cleaning products if you need more advice. Let me know. I've got heaps of recipes. They're very simple. You probably already own the ingredients. So this is going to clean the air. All plants clean the oxygen. That's what they do. It's part of photosynthesis. So it's good to have these indoors. Get your hands dirty. Take care of a little green baby. It's healthy. We're also using arrowroot. This is another one of my staple ingredients in most of my recipes. It's just a root vegetable. It grows underground. Pull it out of the ground, let it dry, pound it into a powder. And then also activated charcoal. So activated charcoal is fancy, normal charcoal. It's just been processed at a really high temperature, which reduces the pore sizes and gives it more surface area. So this is why it can be really absorbent, because there's more pores. So people take this for stomach ailments. I use it in my toothpaste sometimes. Fun fact, it's not actually whitening your teeth, but it can help absorb some of the toxins in your mouth. But we use it in our mascara and eyeliner because of its color, black. If you want to make this at home, process some coconut shells at really, really high heat, and that's how we get our charcoal. And then maybe a little water, and I'll explain why. Okay, ooh, look at that aloe just oozing. So I have both. I have plants, potted plants. These are also great gifts, so they're really easy to regrow. Oh, hi, you want some attention too. So I've got a few growing in here, so I'm gonna have to split this pot up, give these guys some more space. These are beautiful gifts to give to people. And I have some outside as well. So first, we want to extract the aloe vera juice. So this is probably the most complicated part of our video today. It's getting the gel out of this leaf. This is also what makes our product have an expiration date. It will go bad. So we refrigerate it or just make all that you need for that batch. Okay, first we cut off the edges. We cut off the little pokey edges. Yep, this is very sticky. I have a whole YouTube video on how to get aloe vera gel out. If you need to watch another video more closely, that's just at Plastic Free Mermaid on YouTube. Okay, so now I'm gonna press the leaf into my coating board, and I'm gonna lodge the knife between the gel and the skin, the outside skin, and try to get a clean cut here. It can take some time to master this, let me just say. Okay, so didn't nail it, but you see what we're going for. We're trying to just cut away just the skin to reveal this nice, beautiful, clear gel, which is what is gonna stick the charcoal onto our lashes. Okay, so here's a little bit of a better one. Oh, I spoke too soon.
You know this, of course, but you're using a sharp knife. Be careful.
So now we have our aloe vera strip. You can compost these scraps. If you don't have a compost, just put them outside. Way better than throwing them away where they will rot in your trash bin or your landfill, both. And as they break down, when they're covered with all the other trash, they actually emit methane, which is a far more dangerous greenhouse gas than carbon dioxide. So many beauty products can come from this. It's just so healing for the skin. It's really healthy. We know it because we use it on our skin after we burn, but you don't just need to use it on your skin when it's distressed. You can use it year-round, always, to just give your skin healthy glow. Obviously, because we use it on our burned skin, it's cooling. So if you can use like a warming oil during winter, like sesame, and in summer, coconut oil or aloe, or all of the above. Pamper yourself. Obviously, this doesn't look like a liquid that we could blend with charcoal to make products. So we have to blend it. Yay! Totally up to you what kind of tools you use. Maybe you have a food processor, maybe you have a hand blender, maybe you just want to chop it up and like mash it. That works too. You can put it in your mouth and chew it, spit it out. Up to you how you want to chop up this aloe. Get creative, get resourceful. So some of my principles for being plastic free is you have to get resourceful and creative and use what you already have instead of going out and buying more stuff. So this I got used. It was a hand-me-down from a friend. I think she upgraded, and so she gave me this, which was great. I hate buying new stuff, and especially plastic stuff. All right, let's see how we did. Okay, so still pretty chunky. We'll give it another go. Still quite chunky. You may find that this works for you. Usually if I have a larger aloe leaf, it's able to kind of blend it into a little bit more of a liquidy material that's easier to work with, because that was kind of a smaller leaf, and if you're working with leaves this size as well, you may have to add a little bit of water. Now you want to be really careful not to add too much water, because that's going to thin out the substance and your color isn't going to be as thick, which is the whole point, right? I'm gonna add the tiniest amount of water, and that's just gonna kind of give the blender something to grab onto. So that's like half a teaspoon. I'm gonna separate out the chunks from the liquid. When you're finished, you can store your eyeliner in a repurposed jar. I think this was like a Vegemite jar. Repurposed makeup container. This is a repurposed lip gloss. So I save all the containers and then I can repurpose it. So I'll probably put mine in here and then I store it in the fridge. But I'm not gonna work in that space. I'm gonna work on a lid. Goop. Okay, so it's very goopy. Now, again, one of my plastic-free living principles is to adjust your expectations, so it's not gonna work the same as the store-bought mascaras and eyeliners. We just adjust because it's made from a plant. Made from burned plants and a living plant. So really healthy, really safe for our bodies. and just accentuating our natural features. Another principle is to get experimental. So, you know, I'm gonna show you this recipe. It works for me and my climate. It's tropical, it's hot here. Wherever you are, you might want to listen to the later recipe that I share with you guys and adjust it and play with those ingredients as well to see if you find a recipe that works better for you, for your skin, for your body, for your eyes, for your climate, etc., etc. So, get experimental, stray from this recipe. You got this. For our recipe today, we're doing half a teaspoon of aloe vera. As you're working, and you get aloe all over your fingers, put it on your face. Moisturize your face, moisturize your body, moisturize your skin. It's an incredible moisturizer, don't waste it. And then we're also gonna do half a teaspoon of arrowroot and half a teaspoon of our activated charcoal. Just mix it up. Don't be afraid to make a mess. Whenever you work with charcoal, you just inevitably make a gigantic mess. So this is it. Looks a lot different than most of our makeup products. However, I repurpose some of my old tools and I can use these old tools to apply this makeup. So now, again, we're adjusting our expectations. Really want to make sure that we don't have chunks in this because they'll get stuck on our eyelashes. So if you want to separate out, if you want to keep blending, if you want to make a larger batch so that you can really blend it up and add a little bit more water, I prefer to add water because it dries clear. Whereas if you add coconut oil or something like that, it can tend to run if you're hot or in a tropical environment and drip on your face. If you want to add more colors, if you want to add cacao for a browner tint, you can do that. Just add less charcoal because the charcoal is a really dominating color. And now I will apply some of this and you can see if you can tell the difference. Now, I'm not a makeup artist, but I think I look fabulous. Let's add a little bit of the mascara. Very light, very subtle look. I'll just scoop this into my container and I'll keep this in the fridge. If you do want to go a bit further, you'll need a stove, as you can double boil on, so that's like a pot full of water with a metal bowl on top. So the metal bowl isn't on direct heat, but it's being heated by the water and the pot below. If you want to make some mascara that lasts longer, that is a little bit darker on your eyes, you can also use this for the eyeliner. Do 1 teaspoon of coconut oil, half of a teaspoon of cacao butter, so you can get these in little nibs or in larger chunks. Half of a teaspoon of beeswax. Support local beekeepers. They're the ones that are supporting the pollinators for your local ecosystem. You can also just double up on the cacao butter if you want to make a vegan version. So do what fits with your heart and your ethics. Half a teaspoon of activated charcoal, half a teaspoon of arrowroot, and 1 teaspoon of your aloe vera gel. You'll blend up your aloe vera separately so that it's smooth liquid and not chunky, and then you'll add it to the double boil at the end, stirring slowly as all your ingredients melt, and then pouring them into your container. You can also repurpose old mascara tubes, so you just pour it in, very small pour into your mascara tube, and then you can repurpose your brush as well. I like to clean between every use, just to make sure this tool lasts a longer time and I don't get stuck with a yucky, gross brush every time I go to use it. So that's another thing in this plastic-free lifestyle, is we really want to take care of the things that we use so that they last a longer time. All right, you guys, thanks so much for tuning in. It's a pleasure to share my lifestyle with you. It's weird times right now. We can't go out, we can't go shopping, we can't hang out with our friends, but we can learn new skills and empower ourselves to rely less on corporate manufacturing and shopping at these large stores, and instead empower ourselves to use what we already have, incorporate a few new things into our lifestyle that really enrich and enhance this one beautiful, magical time that we have on this beautiful planet. Thanks, you guys. Check me out, Instagram, Plastic Free Mermaid. My YouTube is Plastic Free Mermaid. My website is iquitplastics.com, and I have a blog coming soon called plasticfreemermaid.com. And I have a book coming out this month, so check that out. It's called I Quit Plastics. Have a beautiful day.